it was that year that Unimed came, and most people that were already write-offs from other schools, like UI had already thrown them away, or you had thrown them away, like they just came to Unimed. It was full, like legit. The queue was outside the gate, like there was a queue outside the gate. So like when my car drove by, I was seeing people on the queue. Like, I don't even know why I bothered to even enter this thing. I should have just parked and queued from the back of the gate where the queue stopped. Like, that was how plenty people went. So I just felt bad. Is this everybody I have to come here and compete with again to get medicine again? Like, that kind of thing. Like, it was just so depressing. But I did the exam and it wasn't so bad. But the results didn't come out. I wrote the exam in November. I wrote the exam around October or so. But the results didn't come out till late, like next year, January or so, thereabouts. I can't remember, but it came out really late. So I had already given up on it. Just school's exam did I write safe? I was just home, patiently waiting for GC results. I was waiting for Unimed results. I was waiting for, I already had my FUTA result and I had my NECO result. So if at all worst comes to worst, like I already had an option, but it was a very shitty option. So there was just this day, I was talking to one of my brothers in church, God rest his soul, and he was an OAU student, and he was just telling me about how when he got his admission, he didn't get it directly. He had to go through pre-degree, and it was just a very difficult time for him too, and he really wanted to do pharmacy, so he had to do 1 year of pre-degree, OAU pre-degree, to get his admission into pharmacy. So he just told me briefly about it, and he's like, it's not bad if I actually attempt it. I'm like, I told my mom, but my mom tried to find out, but it was already closed, like the exam was already closed. So there's this woman that works in my mom's school, and she's also a neighbor, so we are quite close to her. So her son also had admission issues, whatever issues, I really don't know. So they are quite knowledgeable about the OAU pre-degree thing. So she and my mom were just talking randomly one day. My mom now mentioned it to her, so they just stopped. So a few days later, I don't know how the woman, I said she's knowledgeable about this kind of thing. She just ran to my mom's office. Mrs. Oyedele, they've already opened OAU pre-degree portal. Go and register Teniola for her exam. Go and register Teniola for her exam. Please do it immediately. They've opened the portal for a few minutes now. Please do it before it closes. So my mom just sharply registered for the OAU pre-degree exam and everything. So to cut long story short, I went for the exam and I passed. Yeah, I passed the pre-degree exam. So if you guys know about OAU pre-degree, please let me see your hands up in the comment section. Let me see your hands up. Great Ife. I love you. There's no other great Ife. In the universe. Another great Ife. It's a counterfeit. So that's just by the way, So like, I told my mom that she should not worry, that she should forget about that FUTA stuff and she should forget about Unimed. My dad really wanted me to go to Unimed because, well, my granddad has connections with his own medical people, and my dad also wanted to pull some strings and all that, but I just told him not to worry, that let me just go for this OAU pre-degree, like let me just go, like let me have a fresh start, a fresh place. She be jam, I'll write it again, like I really wanted to write my jam once, like I just really wanted to write it once. That's not what my creator have written for me. So I just told my dad, let me just go. It was really tough that time because my dad didn't want me to go and do it at all. And you know when your father doesn't want something. So guys, I finally went for pre-degree and I had to really work hard. Like it was so stressful. I met new people, amazing people, but guys, no jokes, OAU pre-degree is tough, it is hard. Like you cannot even come up and be forming boss. Like my first test, I first got 18. Forget all those best graduating students nonsense. I first got one very sweet 18/30 my tests, and I want to get medicine. Like it's not possible. For you to get medicine OAU, like pre-degree for that matter, you need to be aiming at maybe over 30, be aiming at 28, over 100, be aiming at 85, 90. That's when you are ready. My first contact test, I had 18/30. My second contact test, what did I want having that one? That one I worked really hard. I think I had 20 something. I can't remember 20 what, maybe 23 or so. I really can't remember. 20. I can't remember, Jai. 20 something sharp. So it was like, okay, there's hope. Then my first contact exam, I had 65%. I cannot even forget. See, I read my eyes out like this. I read my eyes out every night, like exam or no exam, every 1 a.m. I'm always up in the night and I don't sleep till like morning. And I had to cover 4 courses: biology, chemistry, physics, and there was no math, thank God. And then what was the last one? Chemistry, physics, biology, and English. Yeah. So it was really tough. Like, it was really tough. And you guys know when everybody's going like this, you like to go like this.
Guys, I remember this night. That night I was outside my hostel. I cried my eyes out. I cried my eyes out, like I was weeping. You guys know that statement, and Jesus wept. It was Anthony wept that night. I was weeping. I went to the back of my hostel. I was really crying. Like I was in so much pain because I felt so frustrated that will I actually ever make it? Like will I actually ever get into the university? You guys don't know how painful it is when you are seeing people and then they are like, I'm so school, everybody's uploading picture, and then they now ask you what school are you, and then you're like, I'm the way you predict. I'm trying to, you go on the scratch head. You guys, I wept, like I cried. My mom now called me. She was like, I should calm down, that I shouldn't worry, that I'm a child of success. You guys know those motherly kind of. She was like, don't I have faith in God again? Don't I believe in God again? Don't I believe that God is the something of my destiny? Is it? Guys, I was weeping. Like I couldn't stay in my room. That's to tell you that it was not those kind of sober kind of tears. Like it was like profuse. Like I was weeping. Like I went to the back of this day to go and cry. God. Hey, because I want to enter school, because I want to do doctor. Hey.
Government changed its policy. Yeah, admission policies and everything changed. So this year you have to pick 2 universities, 1 polytechnic, 1 college of education, and 1 entrepreneurial, something like that. I can't remember, but that was what I had to do that year. So compulsorily, as an OAU pre-diet, you have to pick OAU as your first choice, like standard, no UI, no Unilorin or what. So I did, and my second university, we were advised to pick a private school, that it won't make sense to pick 2 federal universities, and it also won't make sense to pick a federal and a state university. So we were just advised by the OAU pre-degree body that you should pick a federal university and a private university, so that you will not put all your eggs in one basket. We are still on this medicine matter. So my parents just look for university with medicine. So okay, I think that year there was ABWA, there was Bowen, and then there was one other one. I think Babcock also. Yeah, I think it was just those 3 private schools with medicine. So my parents, Dickie and Dickiness, they say something. You go to Bowen University, things of the Lord, all those kinds of. So they shall filled it there. Not like we filled it there with the hope that I was going to go there or what, but they just filled it there. So I just had to I just focused on my pre-degree, like, so that I would not have to focus on JAMB. Because when I did my JAMB, my second JAMB, I had like 240. It was still not near medicine. I mean, medicine, why you being so stubborn to me? So it was still not near medicine. So like I just had to focus on getting it through pre-degree, and I was aiming at 85%. Like, and you just have to pray that those people that don't book too much will not go and be increasing cutoff. Because when you guys know how they do all these statistics, when the percentage of people that pass, when it's very high, the cutoff is so high, you guys get all this kind of. So you have to be pray, please don't read too much so that you don't increase cutoff. So I prepared so well for my final exams, tutorials, reading in the night, reading during the day, everything. It was so difficult, but then I knew what I was aiming at, so like I had to put much effort. So as I was preparing for my exams, my mom just called me one random night. She was like, that she heard that Bowen University that I picked for second choice, so that she heard that their exam is this weekend, and they've done 1 batch. Well, as per we're not paying attention, they were not planning for me to end up there, so they weren't paying attention. But my mom just, maybe she was led or what, she just felt like she should call me and take me for the second batch of exams. So I did my exams and my interview on the same day. Thing is, my mom likes me to dress corporate for every exam, because you never can tell what exam they are going to slash with an interview. And you know how corporate you have to be to ace an interview. You guys get what I'm saying? I cannot just wear crop top and t-shirts or crop top and boyfriend jacket or something to go and do an interview. Like, you guys know. So she always likes me to redeem choir kind of dressing. I put it on some redeem CSC scarce levels, put some flash to shoe like a Jehovah Witness member. Everything, you are all there, all correct. But let me just tell people that all the exams I did, OU Pre-Degree, UI, Unimed, FUTA, everything, my mom made sure I dressed corporate. It did not do any interview. So before Bowen exam, she was not telling me that I should make sure I dress corporate too. See guys, let me not even lie to you. When my mom was telling me about this exam, I was not interested. Like, I was like, she should just leave me alone. Let me just read for this Pre-Degree. Let me just even read my life out and I shall pass. She was like, no, that should just, that it won't take anything to come for me in last an hour and 30 minutes. So she was like, she'll come for me and she'll drive me down. I'll do my exams and come back to school the same day. And she just kept on encouraging me just to show that I was like, Mommy, I don't know anything. Like, I didn't practice any past questions. She was like, I should not worry that I've been in Pre-Degree for an entire year. Let me not forget. When I was in Pre-Degree the next year, it was next year. It was like January, February. That was when Unimed results came out. I think I was given biochemistry also. I think it was biochemistry, yeah. As I saw it, I wasn't even interested. Like, I wasn't checking anymore. Like, my friends were even the ones that told me that, tell me that have I seen Unimed, because the results came out on newspaper. So weird. Was my friend asked me that, have I seen my admission or something, that they've given me admission to Unimed. I'm like, what happened? I started to go and check. I saw I was biochemistry. I was not even interested. I just closed this thing on the group chat and just left. Like, what rubbish. And so medicine, won't go back chemistry. To even think that you came late. Like, so if I was actually waiting for this Unimed, that's how they would come. That's how I would stay at home. I'll start after I've already resumed Pre-Degree last year. You're not telling me to come and resume biochemistry this year. After waiting for so long, all you can give me is, I was just irritated. My mom encouraged me to just do the Bowen exam, and then I was like, okay, that she can come for me. Let me not even tell people why I was not even interested again. There was one special program that was going to happen that weekend in my church. Oh my God, I've already hyped that event. I already hyped it. That's when my mom came to come and crash everything with Bowen exam. And then I now went to tell my pastor again that that's I'm not going to be around this weekend though. That's why my pastor was not telling me things like, I want you on OAU campus. I don't want you anywhere else but OAU campus. You are a success. You are an excellent student. You will make it. Get something. You know this stuff. So I was never interested. Like, that one even turned my interest upside down. So I just had to obey your parents in the Lord so that your days may be long. So I had to do that, and then my mom was now telling me that I should make sure I carry skirt too and shirt. That I don't know whether they'll conduct interview or something like that. I was like, okay, I shouldn't be know. I was like, Mommy, I don't have skirt too. She said, don't worry, get skirt. I know you have one that I can still wear, one long one that I can still wear. So I was saying, Mommy, I don't have skirt. You guys know when you're just not interested in something. So I just. Later, she had to agree. So she came for me that weekend, and I went for my Bowen exam. Legit, I know reaching blind, but like the residual knowledge I already had from your Pre-Degree and everything. You've done Pre-Degree for a year already. It's just your final exam that is left. So those things that you want to use to do your final exam, just convert the knowledge and put it in your Bowen exam. And then my best friend that year was already a student. Like, she already got her admission that year. I went for Pre-Degree, so she already knew about Bowen. So she told me names of the VC, the registrar, chaplain, all those things that they usually ask. She told me everything, the motto of the school, those things. So I learned those. I would just say that those were the new things I learned for the exam. So general paper and everything. So I wrote the exam. My mom took me back to school and everything. So I just went for the exam to fulfill. My mom was like, let me just do the exam. So I just fulfill her righteousness that I picked it in JAM. So it won't be like, okay, I did not pick it, I did not do the exam after picking and stuff. Like, let me just use to, you know, when you're just marking register, let me just mark register. So I eventually did. I went back to school, continued preparation for my final exams. So I was reading for the exams, really preparing, and then a day to when the exam starts. A Pre-Degree exam starts at least my set. They usually start, every test, every exam starts on a Tuesday. So you run your 4 courses Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Monday is a lecture-free day. So if you've not been reading all the free time that you've had, at least you will read that Monday. So I was reading in school. I went to school that day to read. I had English the next day. I cannot even forget. Like, my mom just called me. She was like, that alpha meal. I said, nothing there. I'm in the class. I'm reading my book. And exams are starting tomorrow and everything. So we just talked. I just heard my siblings giggling on the internet. What are they talking about? And they're just giggling. Sister Tini. I'm like, what's going on with this one? People don't have exam tomorrow. That's why you're giggling up and down like this. So my mom just told me that do I remember that I wrote Bowen exam? I'm like, that what happened? There is a result out. She was so happy. Like, she was like, I passed though, and I got medicine. And then I'm like, wait, excuse me, what's going on here? Like, like, you guys know when you're excited and at the same time it's filled with like, it's filled with doubt. Like, I'm excited I got medicine, but like, I'm like, how did I get it? Like, I did not prepare shit for this exam. And then she was like, I got it, I met the cutoff, and then I'm on their list for people for medicine and stuff. I'm like, so me like this, I can get medicine and surgery in my life. See me, doubting Thomas. I've been praying for medicine and it eventually came and I was still doubting. And then I'm like, Mommy, did you check the list very well? Like, you saw medicine, maybe it's microbiology, you know the poster from MM. My mom was like, I should shut up my mouth. I should better thank God I got that. I already have one option like that I should read for my dad even said they shouldn't tell me about the admission and everything, but they already did. It came too late. So he was like, so I'll be able to prepare for my pre-year exams very well. So I will not be feeling that I already have admission and so I don't need to read for my pre-degree and everything. So I was really happy. Like, I was actually really happy. Like, though I was angry, like, so this is the time you are just coming. Where were you 1 year ago when I needed you? You are just coming. Anyway, thank God. You guys get that kind of thing. So I was happy. I started telling people that I have my admission. Even that my brother was talking about, that told me about the OAU pre-degree thing. That time, he was still alive. And then he told me that I should not even think about it. I should not think about coming to OAU campus. That I can see that he had his admission about 2 years before me. And he's still in part 1. He's still in 100 level. Can I see what like their calendar has done to me, the strike and their calendar and everything, that I should just go straight to a private school where everything will be very fast and I can do whatever I have to do and get out of school, so to say. So I started listening to him. I told my parents were like, okay. So I always said processing the whole Bowen thing, like after the pre-degree exam. After the exam, we came back home. You get your results at home and everything. So I started processing my old Bowen and everything. I started asking people, what's up with that school? What are they doing? They say they don't used to wear trousers. Say how will I survive? Me that don't have skate. Only that skate I always used to write the exam. That's the least skate I am. She told me that you have to dress corporate. My mommy took me to the market. I went to go and buy shirts. You guys, shirt is different from shirts. I went to buy shirts. Shirt that you start to stand like this. So I went shopping for shoes, flat shoes. I will go with your corporate dressing and all that. So pre-degree result came out that year and they changed the format of admission again. After pre-degree, as a jambite, you are still supposed to go for OAU post-UTME. Of which OAU post-UTME, as at that year, if you are a pre-degree student, there are more chances that you will pass OAU post-UTME because everything they ask in OAU post-UTME is OAU pre-degree final exams. Like, they don't change anything. If they will change maybe 1 question or 2, OAU pre-degree final exam questions are the same as OAU post-UTME. That's why most jambites might not pass, except you go for all those campus tutorials where they teach you what they are going to set. But if you are reading from home, the probability that you pass like this, except if you are a child of destiny, child of glory, that you just pass like that. No.
Guys, please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that I'm not saying that if you prepare for a post-UTME from home, you would not make it. That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying that like this kind of exams are quite difficult and competitive. So it's only people that actually attend tutorials, people that understand how those questions are being asked. They are the ones that like teach people how to answer those questions so that they will like know exactly what's going to be asked. I believe you guys get what I'm saying. So that it's not be like that will not come from me and come and say that I'm saying that people who cannot prepare from home can pass or something.
They changed format that year such that there was no post-UTME to enter OAU. There was no post-UTME. Yeah, there was no post-UTME that year to enter OAU. So as a pre-diet, we already lost one chance of getting admission. So it was just pre-degree. So Sha cut down story short, Sha. You have to get, when you get your pre-degree admission, like whatever course they give you because of your score, you now have to go and process what is on your JAMB form with your pre-degree score. So if you are given, fine. If you are not given, fine. But I think I had 76 or 70. I had 70 something shy in my pre-degree last. I think 75 or so. I can't remember. So if I really wanted to get my admission to AU, I would have actually gone my JAMB form to go and process this thing to see if I'll be given medicine or nursing or maybe medical rehabilitation or something. But like I already got what I was looking for in Bowen and I was already preparing for it, so I wasn't just interested in like, oh, you bye. I think you guys would think that that's all, that I've gotten my admission and that's all, I should move on, proceed into school. No, that's not all. There's still something that happened. So it was resumption time. I did not resume early, guys. I had like a week because freshers usually resume before Staylight, and freshers had already resumed. Me, I was still balling. I traveled with my family. We went to go and ball somewhere. So I did not resume. The next week, he told me to resume. I still not resume. So the next week, that's the upper of the week of the resumption. That's when me and I say, let me now pack my things and be going to school. Even that day I wanted to go to school. Even that day I was supposed to go. My dad was like, it's already 10. That there's no need going to Iwo by this time. That let's just go tomorrow morning by 7. My mom was like, that there's no point waiting. Let me just be going. So they agreed and they finally decided to take me to Iwo that day. I think it was a Monday or a Tuesday. I think it was a Tuesday. So I got to school and guys, it was already evening. Like by the time I finished processing payment, processing everything, and we had to do screening that same day. By the time I finished all that, it was already like 4. Offices were closing already. Faculty office, I was going to go and screen safe. When I got there, they said we're having a meeting, so I had to still wait again. So last, when the faculty officer came out, the man was like, okay, that office time has closed, that so they can't do anything again. I think the secretary and the reception, they begged that we've been here since, we've been around since, but because of the meeting, that was why the man said, okay, that you shall attend to my mom and I sharp. So he just got my papers, he just screened, because they're supposed to screen your WAEC, your NECO, all those things. So he just screened. He didn't even pay attention to the man was already tired and fagged out from the entire meeting that he had. It probably took a long time, I really don't know. But just checked, he just signed. Guys, let me not lie to you. As he was signing my papers, he got a call from, I think, the dean or the librarian, one of the two, that they shouldn't screen any MBBS students again, that the quota has already been reached and they don't want to admit more medicine students. So anybody that was already given medicine but had not resumed will probably have to defer admission, probably have to change your course, or they just return your school fees and your acceptance fee to you and go and pick another university. Do you get? When my mom and I had the conversation, we're like, the man shall looked at me, he looked at my papers, he looked at me, he looked at my mom, he looked at, we're all in shock. Like, the man shall decided to sign for me, like, just, madam, just take your daughter and go. He just signed, admitted. And then my mom and I were just looking at each other like, so if I had missed that day, like if I had not resumed, I had decided to resume the next day, I wouldn't have gotten my admission, and that's how I would have missed it. And all the people are ready to have admission for medicine. They'll not start laughing at me that it's a lie. That is another thing that they gave me. I just decided to lie and all those things. My mom said she would have even fainted in Iwo, that she would not come back again. So guys, that was just like the several events that happened, and I eventually got my admission quite all right. I resumed to school, and since then it's been like this and like this, like this and like this, but thank God. And so I want to really hope you guys have enjoyed this video so far. I just hope that I didn't miss out on anything, because and I hope that you guys have learned a lesson or two, that this life is not really how you plan it that it goes. Because my own life, my plan was to go to the University of Ghana. Like, that was my dream university, but I had F9 in my math, so that one just wrote me off. So I just want you to know that sometimes God is taking you somewhere that you may not know, because you're a man, and because he's God, he knows better than you, and he has plans for you. And just in case you're going through something that it seems like you're a failure or you can't make it or what, just hold on to God. He's the only one that does things in mysterious ways and will still end up making you succeed. So I'm sounding like a preacher right now. So you guys should make sure you like this video, give it a thumbs up, make sure you share to people, medical students, your family members, anybody. Just make sure you share with one person or the other. Make sure you drop your comment wherever you feel, and any other kind of video that you'd love to see, make sure you put it in the comment section. And just in case you're just trying to get into any Nigerian university or any medical school in Nigeria, at home and abroad, just keep trying, keep praying, you will enter. If that's what your destiny, if that's what God has destined you to do, you will do it, okay? And you will be excellent. And just so you know, they are not paying doctors in Nigeria again. So if you are good in biology, that doesn't mean that you will do medicine last. I'm just saying, don't be angry. Don't be angry, just keep putting effort. And anywhere you find yourself, just know that you're a success. And subscribe if you haven't. Don't be a witch, don't be a wizard, don't be an evil spirit. Just do good for once in your life and subscribe, please subscribe. And don't stop watching my video, don't stop keeping up with my content. Make sure you come back for more. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Mwah.